Hey everybody, this is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous, good-looking friends. So, the media has gone wild in pumping out more propaganda and, quite frankly, a non-believable story. So, I have taken the time out today to call New York 311 to let Mayor Adams know about the manipulation and the lies and deceit. Here is the result of my call.
All other customers, please remain on the line.
Now, briefly tell me what I can help you with this afternoon. You can say things like, report a noisy neighbor, or my apartment needs repairs. Go ahead.
The police.
All right. Please hold while they transfer you to a 311 representative. This call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Thank you for calling 311. My name is how may I assist you with police information?
Hi. I got a question for you. I'm not sure if this is the right number to call, but how would I find out if money last night was given to protect Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in the city? I am reading online that this couple had been given New York PD resources to keep them secure and safe. How would I find out if it is true that taxpayer money did go to this?
Okay. Can you repeat the names for me?
So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle yesterday were in New York City in Midtown, very busy, police-occupied Midtown. It has been reported in the news that yesterday they were in a 2-hour car chase in Midtown. Okay, I know that this is hard to believe considering Midtown is filled with police, but it was stated that New York State-funded police resources were given to this couple as extra security detail. Where can I find out if tax money was indeed given to those resources to give to that couple?
Okay, I'm looking everywhere, and unfortunately, I don't see any information on this topic.
On the topic, just Google. If you go on, there's articles from CNN.
We're not really allowed to use Google here.
Oh, okay. CNN has reported it. Fox News has reported it.
Wow, I can't believe it. Really, they give taxpayers money.
Let me read it to you. It says in a statement, this is from CNN. In a statement, the New York Police Department confirmed the outline of the Sussex's account, but described it as less colorful language. The New York PD assisted the private security team protecting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex on Tuesday evening, and there were numerous photographers that made their transport challenging, said Juan Phillips, the NYPD's Deputy Commissioner for Public Information. Right? So they're saying that they had police escorts last night assisting them because they're so famous and so entitled. They do this every time they come here. We give them resources. I want to know if this time around, New York residents like myself contributed to helping protect this couple last night.
Let me see. Maybe we can find an elected official and ask him straight.
So here's what it says. Let me continue the article so you can hear. Because
sure,
if you're from New York, I don't think you'd be too happy either to learn that money is being wasted for this couple who is just putting on a show. Says a local law enforcement source corroborated some of the couple's account, telling CNN that the couple were followed by a swarm of paparazzi in cars. Motorcycles, scooters. Now, keep in mind, New York, people don't drive cars. It's hard to navigate in New York City, so highly unlikely, right? Motorcycles, scooters, after they left the event on Tuesday. This is up in 50th, the Ziegfeld Theater, Midtown, Times Square, okay? A protective team from the New York Police Department followed Harry and Meghan in another car and was forced to make some avoiding maneuvers to get away from the paparazzi, the source said. Paparazzi on scooters and bikes zoom down the sidewalk to keep up. Now, hear me out. 2 hours, this has been going on in Midtown. Don't you think being 2 hours the chase of all the paparazzi, that would be endangering the people or the pedestrians on the seat? And being that New York in Midtown, there's lots of cops, don't you think they would have put a stop to that? You think that would have gone?
Ridiculous.
Am I right? It sounds
Of course.
absolutely ridiculous. And let me just share with you some back info. Prince Harry right now has a court case going on in the UK to fight to get back his status, his security status. Now, why is that important for us Americans? Is because this status entitles him to get covered security wherever he is in the world, which means the United States, you and I, would have to pay for their security bill because they live here. And if he gets the status back, as you know, what they're trying to do at this moment, we'll have to cover it. Cover him, his wife, and the 2 invisible children. Now, that cost is a lot. It's about $20 million estimated a year. It's going to cost the taxpayer, American taxpayer, if this case does win in the United Kingdom. So all of this, all of a sudden coming up, he's been stalked like his mother, Diana. Nobody's buying it. And to find out if our money is now going into giving security for this couple for show, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, that's outrageous. We have so many problems in the city, and that's how they decide to spend the money.
Well, and I don't think Mayor Adams understands because nobody is following these 2 nobodies, right? Hear me out.
Right.
He's now in on this, and their PR firm, if you notice, CNN, NBC, ABC, all the traditional media outlets that this couple uses on a daily basis to saturate the media with their faces. Now, keep in mind, a lot of lies they've been telling.
Oh, yeah.
But the media that supports them does not talk about it. They don't talk about the lies that Meghan told. They don't talk about how they abused both their families. They don't talk about any of that kind of stuff. Not believable. And this actress who thinks she knows and is smarter than everybody else from Hollywood, nonetheless, backed by some very high level, important people in the business in creating these types of facades, tell me that this now all of a sudden, timing wise, I don't buy it. And then to tell us that there was a 2-hour paparazzi chase in the middle of Times Square or in the middle of Midtown Manhattan at like around 9 o'clock, you really believe that there was a 2-hour paparazzi car chase going on in the middle of the city for 2 hours? Ain't no way. I don't buy it.
Kind of hard to believe.
Right.
Yeah.
So now to see this in print, that they were also given resources in addition to their current security team that they have. We had cars following them. I want to know, did I pay for that? Because that needs to come out. New Yorkers need to understand where their money is going. And if it is to support this garbage, I have a problem. A serious problem with that. It's not right.
If you want, we can make a comment to the mayor and see if he responds.
Well, and that's kind of what I want to know. Like, you know, if you could just ask, like, why are we funding? If we are, why are we giving them security every time they come to New York City? They're not royal. They're not on business here in the United States representing the monarchy. Why are we giving them security? That's kind of what I want to know.
Okay, would you like to submit a comment to the mayor?
Yeah, I'd rather stay anonymous because they also pay people to go and attack people online for speaking out. Yeah, you didn't know that, but yeah, they do. And, you know, I've had enough. Like, it's disgusting, and people are not putting their foot down to say no, enough, especially when we have a prince of the UK coming here and trying to interfere with our civil freedoms, like the First Amendment. He's here as a guest.
Okay, so the option, if you'd like me submit comment on your behalf,
Yes.
For this option, the summary is limited to 50 words or less.
I just want Mayor Adams to know that these two have had a history of creating these false narratives in order to manipulate the public, the people, into getting what they want. I mean, it's not okay that New Yorker taxpayer money is going to fund security for these two and protecting them when they are responsible for creating this drama. And that's all we need to say.
Okay, if you don't mind, tell me what to write.
Okay.
Just please don't be too fast so I can catch up.
Yeah, so in essence, just let Mayor Adams know to recognize that this is a habit of the couple.
Okay, so to start, Mayor Adams?
Yes, Mayor Adams, please note that Meghan and Harry have a habit of creating false narratives. And currently there is a court case for taxpayer funded security in the UK.
Okay, I will need you to repeat the last sentence. So far, I went to the false narratives,
and that currently there is a case in the UK to get back his taxpayer-funded security.
Case in UK.
How many words do I have left?
We got plenty.
Oh.
To get back tax-funded
security status. Which, and then I would put in parentheses, would translate over to the American people having to pay for their security. As a result of gaining back this special status.
Okay, 1 second. Currently, there is a case in UK to get back tax-funded security status.
I would put special taxpayer security. Because that's the important thing. It's the special status.
Tax-funded security status and transferred over to American people.
Right. Right.
To get back for.
So they don't have to pay for it. This is conveniently timed. I'm just saying, it's conveniently timed for this narrative to be pushed out. So however you want to put that in there.
Okay, for event that happened yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, this case literally is about to be decided in the next couple of days. It's going on right now. So this couple has had a habit of timing these security breaches when they have any type of court case involving this process. It's a real fight for them to get this thing back because it's expensive and they don't want to pay for it. And I don't think we should have to pay for it.
Yeah. So let me put this in a comment. I don't think we should pay for it. I think that we should pay for it.
Just let him know that he needs to be aware of the shenanigans that have been going on. The manipulation. Don't say shenanigans, say manipulations, because that's exactly what they have been doing.
Anything else would you like to add? We still have some words.
I still have some words. Just I think that's enough. I don't think we need any more. I think I just want him to be aware that this is highly unlikely, and why we're seeing this media attention. Well, it's all coordinated. All coordinated. The same outlets that they use to push the propaganda, the lies, and quite frankly, I've had enough. And if my money is going towards this, I think more New Yorkers need to understand where their dollars are going towards, especially since we have a huge migrant issue coming in, and we need police resources to be dedicated to keeping us safe rather than giving it to these folks who think that they're entitled and feel that they need it. Nobody cares about them. They have to call paparazzis to get people to take photos of them. Nobody cares in New York City about these two. This is not believable. 2-hour car chase in the middle of Midtown Manhattan, not realistic. I'm sorry. There's too many cops and police around that area to allow that to happen. And on top of it, allow pedestrians to be put in danger. Shame on these two for just not pulling over and calling 911. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And I don't think you or I want to see our tax money, more tax money going towards and funding the elite.
Yeah, feed homeless people.
Exactly. Homeless people, veterans, not too entitled, rich millionaires who think that they're so important that they need to have this type of protection. Because obviously, New York doesn't care. We don't care about these two. So it's like, get over yourself. Seriously. Anyhow, sorry. So, thank you so much for listening. I apologize. It's just...
Oh, that's okay.
It's enough. We've taken too much of a beating now to deal with this nonsensical BS and taking resources off our streets to investigate a narrative that is clearly being used to help them win their court case. Do me a favor, just end that little note by saying thank you to Mayor Adams and helping us because, you know, he's our mayor. So
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
And you have a blessed day.
You do the same. Would you like to get correspondence number?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, let me save this.
So that was my call, and I highly recommend if you're from New York, I would do the same thing. Takes 10 minutes. And if you notice in this photo, Harry has got his phone recording this event. Wonder why he decided not to take an SUV with tinted windows. All of this, guys, I mean, they must think the public is really that stupid to know that this was completely orchestrated and fabricated. Look at Megan and Doria. They don't seem bothered one bit by the attention because you know what? This is what they got going on. And what Harry is doing is a complete manipulation that should be called out in the UK courts. You see, if they were truly hounded, you would see other contributors to getting their photo and being papped. But the one dial-a-pap that Megan has on speed dial just so happens to be the one catching this footage. And on top of it, Megan and Harry decide out of the norm to not take a SUV with tinted windows, but instead decide to get into a yellow cab that us peasants have to take on a daily basis. Here we go, guys. The confirmation that New York City police had been assigned to this couple, which means people like myself who pay an outrageous amount of tax, not only from state tax, but I also pay a city tax that went into contributing to this nonsense. I'm sorry, but if you're from New York, please do the same thing that I've done. Call the mayor and let him know what these two idiots have done. They're making a mockery and a fool out of the people of New York. And quite frankly, I think Mayor Adams needs to charge them back for however much that costs the people. New York is not going to tolerate this shit. So if you're from New York, call 311, file a case, let the mayor know that this looks bad.
No, I was attacked. I am a victim.
Seriously?
It was such a fraud.